Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my recaps. And as always, I'm here to discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 10, titled Friendship is a Mother. Oh gosh, y'all. Let's get it. So we start this episode off with Karen. She's at a tattoo shop with her daughter, Raven. And so, y'all, we find out that Miss Karen is getting her first tattoo along with her daughter. So I believe they're getting matching tattoos, right? So while they're there, Karen lets her daughter know that I think later in the week, they're going to meet up with Giselle and her daughter, Grace. And so she said that her and Giselle were talking and she wanted to get the girls together because, Grace is going off to college. And I guess, maybe Giselle wants Karen's daughter, Raven, to kind of give her some advice and, to talk about her experience going away to college. So basically, she lets Raven know they're going to meet up with them later. So they're at the tattoo shop and they're getting matching tattoos. And I think Karen got her mom's name tattooed on her. I think that's what it was. So yeah, they got their matching tattoos. So next, in a new scene, we see Candace and her mom arrive at a cake shop to meet the executive for a company called Parfum de Marly. And so we learned that Candace is actually having kind of like a Mother's Day event at this particular place. And so she's meeting with this lady along with her mom to kind of go over the events. To kind of go over the details of the events. So basically, Candace lets us know that she's having this event to celebrate the ladies. She wants the ladies to bring their mothers, and she also wants to celebrate the ladies as them being mothers as well. So, her and her mom are talking after they meet with the executive. And so, I think her mother's like, oh, are you going to invite, Giselle? And so Candace is like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Not me. Certainly not I.
She made it very clear that she's not inviting Giselle. And she said when it comes to Robin, she kind of has to think about if she wants to invite her or not. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll talk more about that later in the episode. In the recap. So anyway, in a new scene, we see Wendy meet up with two talk show producers because, of course, you guys know she's starting a new daytime talk show. So we find out, if you guys remember, I think it was in episode 1, Wendy was with another producer and they were going around looking at different event spaces to actually film the talk show. But Wendy lets us know that she's no longer working with the former producer because she said that the producer wanted 50%, I guess, of basically the money, the revenue that Wendy would make off of her TV show. And so Wendy was like, yeah, that's not happening. So she said, they're no longer going to work together. So today she's here to interview two new producers that can help her get this talk show going. So they're talking about, how they can help Wendy. They're talking about filming, the actual filming process, how long it's going to take, how many episodes they're going to film, all that good stuff. So I guess Wendy was liking what she was hearing and she basically hires them on the spot. So I guess she's going to get started on that. Next, we see Nneka meets up with her sister. And we find out that her sister actually lives in her area. They grew up together. This is her older sister. She said that they kind of bumped heads when they were younger, but now that they've grown older, they are super close. And also, too, we learned that her sister is married with 3 kids. Actually, I think 3 sons. And did she say, is she a doctor? I think she's a doctor. I'm not sure. But anyway, they meet up with each other at a furniture shop because NECA says that basically the renovations in her new home is basically, I think it's almost done. So now she's just in the throes of starting to furniture shop. So they're doing that. They're talking about their dad and how when their father, who's an immigrant, came to this country, he started working as like a taxi cab driver. He was just such a hard worker and a provider for his family. And eventually he became I think a cardiologist or something like that. So basically he's a doctor. And so they were saying that NECA gets her work ethic from her dad. So yeah, they're just talking about that. So next, it's the day that Karen and her daughter meets up with Giselle and her daughter. So they both meet up with each other at a restaurant. They all greet each other. And so Karen and Giselle start talking about how they had their girls in Jack and Jill. And that's kind of like how they met and kind of how they grew their friendship. So, Grace is talking to Raven and, she lets her know that she's going away to college to Florida soon. And basically, she's kind of nervous about being away from home so far. So, Raven starts talking about her experience in college and, she's just encouraging her and just telling her girl, you have to go, you need to get the college experience. It's good to kind of be away from home and, you'll do great. So, that little luncheon went well. It was cute. So, yeah, guys. So next, in a new scene, we see Robin with her family, which is her husband and her 2 kids. And they're at this place where they stretch you out. And I guess it's mostly for, people who want to get stressed out and stretched out, I think maybe a little chiropractic and probably for athletes, things like that. So while she's there with them, Candace sends her a text invitation to invite her to her Mother's Day event. So Robin says, I don't need anything from her and I don't even understand why Candace even invited me. And I agree, Robin, because I don't know why she invited you either. My thing is this, Candace, why are you trying to be this girl's friend? She does not like you. I don't really think Robin really even cared for you anyway. And I don't understand. You guys made it clear back in Austin you were not going to be friends. Why are you still constantly trying to be friends with her? I really don't get this logic. It's really aggravating.
Play with your mama, not me. And that song, who? This song, Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm
tired. Anyway, because I don't want to rant. So anyway, in a new scene, we see Ashley and her mother getting ready for Candace's event. And pause about that. Why did you even invite Ashley? After what Ashley pulled at that table when you guys were in Austin, bringing up that whole situation with Robin, and you gonna what? Y'all, what is wrong? Anyway, so yeah, they're getting ready for Candace's event. So it's the day of Candace's event and all of the ladies arrive except for Robin. She didn't come. Of course, she didn't invite Giselle. And Wendy couldn't show up because she had a prior engagement. She had a book launch or a book signing. So that was already set in stone before, Candace even planned this. So she's not able to join them. So everybody's mingling, some ladies brought their mom, with them. And so they're all getting introduced to each other. And yeah, so everybody's mingling. And so we see Mia and Charisse off to the side talking. So Charisse lets Mia know that she saw Jacqueline the other day. And as you guys all know, Jacqueline is Mia's former friend. And if you guys watched last season, they got into it and they're not friends anymore. So yeah, so Charisse is saying how she saw Jacqueline the other day. And she tells Mia that Jacqueline was crying when she was talking about her. So NECA pulls up and she said that she met Jacqueline too, because I think where Charisse was, NECA was there too. And so, they were talking to Jacqueline there. So Mia says that she hasn't spoken to Jacqueline in a year, ever since they got into it. And yeah, so pretty much Mia just she's not really here for Jacqueline right now. So anyway, we see Charisse talking to Ashley. And I think by this time, everybody's at the table eating. And so Charisse is talking to Ashley, and she's like asking her, Ashley, when are you getting a divorce? Like, girl, it's been forever. And so Ashley, right, sitting up there trying to make excuses, talking about she's not ready to sign the papers. And it's like, girl, you weren't fooling anybody. We all know you're not trying to get divorced. A lot of it, just in my opinion, I think it mostly has to do financially. Why she's not, because she knows she still needs probably Michael's money. And yeah, she wants to have that tied to him. And also too, once she's divorced, you guys already know that Ashley's not getting a dime. The only thing she's going to get is child support out of the divorce. She's not going to get alimony. She's not going to get a settlement or anything. So I think that might be another reason why it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to get anything, and I'll really have to fend for myself once this divorce is official, as opposed to me just being separated from him and kind of legally he's obligated, financially to provide. So I think that's like what it is, but I could be wrong. I'm just giving my own opinion. So anyway, Candace, I don't know, I forgot who she was talking to at this time. I think it might have been Karen or something, but she says that she's meeting up with Robin later in the week so that they can talk. So after everybody eats, and also too, I wanted to say it was a very nice event. Candace had perfume there for the ladies to try and smell and I guess purchase from this company that she's working with. It was a nice decor. It was a beautiful day that she had. It was a really nice, Mother's Day event. So I definitely will give that to Candace, and everybody was on their best behavior. And it was a very nice event. So I just wanted to put that out there. So next, after everybody eats, Candace asked everyone to leave the table and to follow her because she kind of has a surprise for them. So they go inside of the building, and Candace is there. Was she near a piano? Child, I don't remember. Anyway, Candace is there with a microphone, and she starts singing one of her songs called Win. And so basically she's dedicating that to all the mothers there. And so everybody claps for her after she sings, and it was really cute. So y'all, now we're going to talk about it. So next, it's the day that Candace is meeting up with Robin so that they can talk. So Candace meets Robin at a restaurant, and actually Candace arrives there first. And so, she said that she's there to listen to Robin, and she wants to know, like, what has she done to Robin? And I'm going to look, fair is fair, and I'm always going to, keep it real. Candace, you need to stop acting like you don't understand why Robin's mad at you. My thing, even though it's really the both of y'all, my thing is this. You did go on social media saying certain things about her. You called her a fraud. You said, why isn't she showing her life? And, all these things. So for you to sit here and act as though you don't understand why Robin is mad at you and what you have done, you know what you have done. I don't know why you're acting like that. Girl, you should just own it. But anyway, so Robin finally arrives, and you could just tell y'all the tension was there. It was just so awkward. So they're sitting down at a table, and, Candace is like, okay, I'm here to listen. What have I done to you? So Robin says, anyone would feel how I feel when a friend trashes them on social media. So Candace says, I didn't say what I said to be offensive to you. And so then she says, it was unfair because, you didn't let me know that you were offended. So Robin says, I'm not going to throw my husband under the bus and make him look bad when I've dealt with that situation in the past. And therefore, I wasn't going to bring it up on the show. So Candace says, we are on a TV show about our lives. And Robin says, there's a thin line between how much we should share. So she says, my biggest issue with you, Candace, is that And so I think at this point, when Robin was saying that, Candace says, well, you and Ashley plotted on my husband to take away the attention from Juan. So then Candace says, it was very uncharacteristic to go against your friend and come to the defense of she and Chris. So Candace says to Robin, she says, I think you knew what Giselle was going to do. And Robin says, no, I didn't know. Do you know how disgusting that is? And Candace says, I think it's disgusting of you that you're friends with someone that does this, and birds of a feather flock together. So as she's saying this, Robin's like rolling her eyes and kind of like smirking at her and things like that. And so Candace says, why am I not allowed to feel a particular way and you make it about you? And so, Robin again is just like, this is just unbelievable. I'm just really over it. So while Candace is talking, basically Robin tells her that, well, I don't understand, Candace. You should never want to be my friend. If I'm all these things, you don't need to be my friend. You shouldn't even want to be my friend. So Candace is just heated at this point. So she actually gets up and leaves the table and leaves Robin there. And basically, y'all, that's where the episode ends. And my thing is this, Candace, why are you trying to be friends with her? She doesn't want to be your friend. She's always going to ride for Giselle, knowing Giselle is wrong. She don't care. And I'm really getting sick and tired of it. You need to let it go. Because honestly, in real life, nobody's doing this. But I think with Candace, she's looking at the greater good of the show. And if she has to get along, she's going to do that. I don't know if you've noticed, every time Giselle is not around, the girls get along. I would say even go as far as to say when Robin and Giselle aren't around, they get along. Remember I talked about it in one of the prior episodes where they were in Austin and they were like canoeing, and Ashley, Mia, Wendy, and Candace were like hanging out and having a good time singing in the boats. Why? Because Giselle and Robin weren't around. Then we see at Candace's Mother's Day event, everybody was getting along, even with old Ashley. There was no tension really. Everybody had a good time. Why? Because Giselle and Robin aren't around. It's like, I don't understand why Bravo can't see the common denominator up in here. And honestly, I even think if Robin may have joined them without Robin, it kind of could still be peaceful. So it's just so plain to see. But anyway, I'm not even going to get into it, but yeah, y'all, that's the end of the episode. And scene. So yeah, y'all, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another recap. I'll give this episode, I'll give it a 7. Nothing major, nothing too, too buzzworthy. So yeah, I'll give this episode a 7. Thank you, and please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be informed whenever I upload a new video. And also, too, please comment below. Tell me your thoughts on this week's episode. But yeah, guys, we're going to get on out. And of course, I'd love to say a prayer over you. And so here it goes. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you his peace and protection. This is my prayer over your life in Jesus' name. Amen. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in my next recap. And yeah, bye.